Forward. Yes, my name is Anita Nambariba, as Stephen has said. I came here as a student on a master program, which I did many years ago at Charité. And through that, I gained a lot of different experience and also exposure where I've been working in different environments, but mainly in the health sector, because also that is my background even before I came here. I was inspired one time 3 years ago by, when I looked at my area of focus is basically in migration, and I was like, okay, we are here migrants, we are new always in this, in this environment, and how do we access information, so I formed an organization which is competing with other people all over the world. That means you also have to raise your, the competition is, high. So which means how do you get yourself on this hot spot? So we make sure that, your language should be at a higher level. And that is my motivation. I always ask, look at avenues to see, okay, how do you get into classes, of language, which schools are available.
As long as you say we need diversity students, we have the lucky of having diversity teachers. And if they're German teachers, then they have a husband from Brazilian, so they are from Brazilian. If it's a German teacher, she has a husband from Iran, so if she has a student in Iran in the classroom, then that's her daughter. And we also have some black women who are doctors who are also teaching there. So we tell our students, don't say you can't do it because of the language. There's a doctor in front of you, she's teaching. So excuse to say, oh, because of the German, I wrote 6, we won't take it. And I'm proud to say they are really excelling. We are now in 3rd year. Some of our students were in 13 hospitals, including Bundeswehr, including Heart Center. They were all offered a place to continue their studies in the Charité, in Heart Center. All the hospitals you think of that, but they all refused. They said, we are going back to our school, because they know what they have. It's a type of school where I tell them, I'll beat you, and they understand it. No, they don't. They don't know this Jugendamt, that's why. But it's like, it's a place they can also call home, because in most schools, I don't want to compare, but like the first year there'll be 20, second year they're 10, third year they're 5. In our case, we still have 20 even in the 3rd year, because it's a place they feel home. We help them with accommodation, we help them with visa. Sometimes I give them my own lunch, to eat, because when they're hungry they can't learn. And we do get, for example, we had some students who came from Ukraine, some of them doing medicine, some of them doing masters in microbiology, and then they'll come and say, I want to do nursing. I do refuse them also sometimes, because nursing is a profession. It's not about, oh, I want to stay in Germany, can I do this? I always tell them, no, if you want to do nursing as nursing, I'll take you, but not to stay here. If you want to stay here, I can still help you, but we are really looking for nursing. Like some of us, we are heading to nursing home with the age of 30, so we need people who are qualified to look after us. Most of our students, they are all coming outside Germany. They fly in to school. They learn the language in their countries, and I do have experience with the same Germans, different countries, different embassies, different rules. So what we try and do is, while they're waiting for their visas, they do online lesson. So they know, okay, in the afternoon I'm in this class, in the morning I'm in this class. They also do exam online. So as the German embassy goes, oh, the contract is old, I'll say, no, it's not old. She's in the classroom, fighting with them also so the students can come here. It's easy, it's not easy, it's the struggle, but at the end of the day, the students will come, join the class, and some of them, they're here. Just latest news, because most of them, they are, like I said, they fly in, they're coming from abroad, they're very intelligent, despite the DDoS. And what I've done is I've talked to the university and said, please, can you take them, let them continue their education at the university level, let them qualify with a bachelor in nursing, because we look beyond the skin color, we are looking beyond the headgear, we are looking beyond that they pray 5 times a day, so what? We accept that, but at the same time we also recognize, wow, you are too intelligent, go to the university. So as I'm talking to you now, next Wednesday some professors are coming to the school and identify some students and take them to the university. We are not even 3 years on the market, but that's what we are doing.
Yeah, to get the job. So what is personally interesting for me when I have a job interview, it's like to get the motivation out of it, like from this person. I want to see the motivation that this person wants to have this job and wants to work with Salesforce. So, and what you can do, it's like, I think the pain what we have in Germany when you come from a foreign country is that Germany does not recognize like the certifications when you studied abroad and so on. It's not the same level, so it's not treated as the same level, even though if you already worked in the job. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. And the advantage what you have working with Salesforce, because this is my perspective, what I can describe is that this certification is worldwide the same. For example, if you do a Salesforce certification, admin certification, consultant certification, you can do this online, and it doesn't matter in which country you do that, because it's online, so you have the same requirements to fulfill in order to do that. And it doesn't matter if you're coming from Africa, from India, from China, from South America, or North America, it doesn't matter, because like the value is everywhere the same. So what I can recommend is like to take this certification in order to be prepared for the job interview, because this matters much more than the university degree you got from anywhere in the world. So because this is something where we know what you have done, what you achieved, and this values a lot more. Maybe to say that here you get also, Salesforce offers free courses. So if you're interested in a tech environment and in Salesforce, there is trailhead.com. And with Trailhead, you have the possibility of learning Salesforce and prepare yourself for the admin certification, which is pretty cool because you get already insights. And as me, as a job interviewer, you can show me like how many badges you made in Trailhead, which is a pretty cool feature because I can see how many experience you already have. Do you have a badge already? Have you done that? It's pretty easy to do so, and it's also pretty playful because it's not like reading through a lot of different pages of documentation. It's like very playful, so there are videos, there are pictures. You even can create your own Salesforce instance in order to try and error and experience like how it feels. And you find out for yourself if you can be motivated by Salesforce, if this is something for you. So this is pretty cool, I just want to mention that. Maybe also to mention that because we work very close with Refugee Force. I don't know if you heard about that. This is not only for refugees, even though it's in the name. And what they do, it's like they offer admin courses, for example. So they prepare people for foreigners for Salesforce to tackle those sessions, which is pretty cool. And there are a couple of more companies offering something like that. But first of all, Ready School, exactly, yeah. Ready School, for example, and also, what is it called, the Trailhead, like I think that's the most go point when you want to experience like how Salesforce feels. Cool, thanks.
Thank you so much.
What kind of jobs? For me, I would say in German, there are so many jobs, but considering when we come, like for example, you have to look at the factors like of your stay here, what kind of visa do you have or do you need? If you are here, it will be like, do I need to quickly get a job to secure my visa, my stay here? That means definitely you have to look for professions or jobs which will quickly get you into the system so that you can be able to secure that. And there I would say you look at doing a qualification which would be in the areas of the health sector. Because when you look, the health sector is very high demand for the fact that Germany is looking for many. Germany's health sector is high, and so in order to maintain that, they want to make sure that they are able to give high quality, services, which needs also professions. So the health sectors has a big demand where they are looking for many qualified workers. So I would say jobs like nursing, as so as she said, and then you look at other jobs like therapists, because they're also high on demand in the health sector. Even doctors, it doesn't mean that Germany has enough qualified doctors, but those are also jobs which are needed. We look at tech areas, could you go to the sector where there are different, continue? Yeah, when you look at this, these all sectors are very important. The IT and communication, there are so many jobs, even when you look now that Germany has to stay, at the forefront of technology, looking for, what kind of, are you some software developer? Are you considering jobs like software IT infrastructure? Are you, considering other fields like open as a cloud and all the Salesforce? Sorry, Jacob, when those are really skills or jobs which are high on demand. We look at also energy. Germany is very innovative and interested in looking and getting qualified people into this sector, like greener energies, and also construction, where, for example, we are looking for engineers, and so those are areas which you should focus on. Transportation and craft, that's where we have handwork jobs like a plumber. We have also areas like electronics. Those are fields which are being ignored, but because they require more skilled profession and human labors, that's why I would really encourage many people to focus into such sectors, because once they are being ignored or they're not taken on by the local people, that means other migrants can be able to use such opportunities in order to venture into such fields. So those are some of the areas I could talk. Even you look at even in social sector right now, child care, we are saying that of course Germany's population is also growing, which means there are newborn children. That means also they need people who can be able to take care of them. So that means if you work as a social worker or as a seer, child caretaker, you will be able, that you will have a secured employment, and from day one, you'll be getting your money. So I encourage people to focus in such areas because that you are assured that you're not going to be looking for a job when you've finished your studies. You are going to be employed and you have also a high salary. Is there any question which I maybe have not addressed?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah?
What is the high salary?
Well, high salaries, I would say they would depend, because if you could really, jobs which are on demand, which means also they attract high salaries, And if you can be able to, to look out for these areas I've mentioned, whether in health or in technology, you'll end up like the salaries are higher. We say, for example, for the Ausbildung, when you are still doing this apprenticeship, you are having a salary of the first year, if you could help me, it's around
The first year is 1,100.
Yeah, the first year is 1,100. I have a flyer from Charity here. Right now they gave us there, because we work together, they gave us a new price listing where you get 1,000 also 300, and the third year you get 1,500. But when you finish, it's gonna triple. So you are talking around 4,000 to 5,000 euro in a month. And this is just a nursing field. When we talk about tech, maybe you can also, be able to expound on that. So the salaries varies, but it depends on those fields where there's really high demand for skilled personnel.
Thank you very much, Anita and Jakob, for this wonderful explanation.
This is why we said it's not about you not speaking German, it's about you wanting to be a nurse, and that's what we are going to support you into. We are not looking at the way you are writing your sentence structure or the way you are turning das, So that's why we are interested in the nurse in you, not to say how a nurse looks like. It's about the nurse in the person, not the language. Not their language, because like in our school we have students who speak 4 languages. They have their own mother language, speak Portuguese, speaks English, and then speak German. So it's more about the German language, which we say we don't care about. We just want the nurse in you.
Just to qualify my question, I was asking, what are the qualities a good nurse should have?
What are the good nurse should have?
Let me look at myself. Empathy, a lot of empathy, and that's what also international students bring with them. They have this emotional intelligence, and they also bring a lot with them respect, because like what Anita said, the German society is aging. So they also deal with elderly people, and they are ready to respect them because they see in that elderly person their grandma, their auntie, or their mother. So they bring all that packet with them, which makes it easier for them to train nursing, because they're bringing the requirements. And most of them, when their certificate are translated to the German, they've got what the German call Abitur, so they're bringing all what is needed. And all of us sitting here, we know German language is very difficult. And that's why we give them the bonus to say, you are 19, you are 20, you've left your comfort bed at home, you come in this cold weather, you want to learn nursing. Why should we make life difficult for you just because on top of your own mother language, on top of your colonial language, you are now speaking German? Why are you at a disadvantage? That's all. And it seems to be helping also the students, where they know I can raise my hand, nobody will laugh. Okay, we laugh a little bit, but they know no one will laugh at me. That's what they need, that self-confidence to bring that mess out of them. Even someone who said, maybe I want to continue with my microbiology, they end up saying, I'm going to stay into this field, because we encourage them, we support them, they know if there's a problem out there, they know where to fall back on, they know the school is there for me. So they end up, like even myself, when I came to Germany, I don't think I wanted to do nursing, but I ended up doing nursing, and I'm still a nurse. So I don't know if there's, to say, to be a nurse, you need this qualification. Some people, they drop out when maybe in a day they have 3 people dying, they drop out. So I don't think there's a formula to that.
Thank you very much. I would like now to give the audience the chance to ask any questions. I know there must be questions around. Falls hier jemand hier gibt, der noch Fragen stellen möchte.
Wie viele Absolventen haben? Wie viele Absolventen hat die Schule jährlich?
Wir sind sehr neu auf dem Markt, also seit 2022 und wir haben Stand Oktober hatten wir 100 Schüler, aber ich habe eine Klasse andere Schule gegeben, weil wir konnten es nicht mehr stemmen. Also momentan haben wir 80 Schüler. Also wir sind ja seit 2 Jahren auf dem Markt. Und wir haben aber eine Klasse 3. Lehrjahr, wir haben eine Klasse 2. Lehrjahr und eine Klasse 1. Lehrjahr. Und die ersten Absolventen sind im erste Examen ist Oktober, November dieses Jahr. Also
So more important than like a university degree or like an education or only Weiterbildung, it's, as I mentioned, the motivation and also like the first knowledge regarding Salesforce in my point of view, or like in our company, because we are a Salesforce company. So if you have that, if you already, for example, did some badges with Trailhead, if you maybe have the admin certification already, I personally don't care about like, you know, what you did before or where you worked before, because most important is like what you choose to become and to demonstrate your motivation. And if I can see that, if you can prove that you know Salesforce, that you have like the first touch point with this tool, then you are more than welcome.
Great. That question? Noch eine Frage?
Hello, Mr. Jacob. My name is Daniel. My question goes this way: the way you said you employ people, the way they address you, and the way they interact based on their CV or whatever application they have. I've encountered a lot of things since I came to Germany. You know, when you apply, they give you a positive response. But as time goes, you get a negative response, in my own opinion and what I have also experienced. When they see there are people from the German, and they will not be able to give you that job. You know, facial expression is different from what someone says outside. That is my own opinion. So my question is, as someone, I'm a bachelor degree holder, and I'm also a software developer, and currently an industrial engineering student here in Germany. So what I'm saying is, so many German personnel that I have come in contact with, I dropped as a medical student because of Germany. I am in second year in medicine, but charity got me down, so I have to change to study engineering to continue my ambition. So there are a lot of my friends here in Germany, they are well stranded because they keep applying for jobs, both in this aspect of yours, and no one is giving them responses because I don't know whether it's the German language or whatever. So in my opinion, what can you be able to do to such persons who have the intellectual capability to go into what you are doing, to explore the world and to make your company to well known when they cannot be able to reach to the standard of German language? Thank you so much.
Daniel, thank you.
Daniel, thank you for your very honest question. I think this is a crucial topic, and the people need to speak about that, right? Because what's usually happening in an HR process is, of course, every company wants to be as transparent as possible, but by the nature of the HR process, it's not really transparent, right? So you don't really know what is the reason. So the first thing what I will do in your position would be like asking for the reason. So for example, if you get a refusal, you have the not only the possibility, but you have the right also like to ask for a reason. So what is the reason they refused you for this job, right? Because for example, if you met the qualification, but you can't answer the question by yourself because you speak maybe German, or maybe you fulfill it's only English speaking, but also qualification, degree and so on, and you've got that. So the first thing is that you should ask for the reason, what's the reason behind. And to be honest, so maybe it's just the wrong company, because not every company in Germany is already diverse, to be honest, right? So it's kind of a trend and everybody's jumping on that if we're talking, but we're living the diversity. It's not already in every company. So the thing is that what I really love is like if you do the passion, and as I mentioned, I'm focused on people, I'm trying to hire people where I can see the passion. As I understood, you switched to engineering, right? Because you didn't have any chance to get like a medical job. Did I get it right? Yeah. So that's actually a pity, in my opinion, because your passion is for medicine, and I think if you can transport that and find the right employee, then you should, or you are the best employee actually for this job, right? And you should not go to technology sector only because it's easier to find a job. I have some people in my company, they did the same. They joined our company because the passion is somewhere else. The good thing, and maybe I'm doing a little bit advertisement for Salesforce here, is Salesforce is not only a CRM tool, so it's not only for sales, but also has like a medical, like the insurance cloud or the health cloud and so on. So like the people who joined us, first for the reason, because it's a tech job and they got the possibility of starting with a job and earning their own money here in Germany, they still can fulfill their passion within the Salesforce sector or the IT sector, because you can justify or specialize. You can specialize on the medical sector than within the IT sector. So that's also a possibility. And maybe, like also as a second possibility, it's like when you first got a job here in Germany, you are having more time, you have more calmness in order to apply for like a job where you really have passion for. So maybe that's just a necessity in order to go for, in order to earn your own money, to be independent and really apply for a job where you have passion for, even though it takes a little bit longer than expected.
Thanks. Daniel, is your question fully answered?
In my opinion, I think you just gave me an answer of 45%. Because waiting for a long time in Germany, your future is destroyed. As a young man I know my age, trying to get to a high standard of German learning. I'm hereby destroying my career, my future, and the future of my unborn kids. I think, in my own opinion, the best thing for Germans to do, and for you people to also to help the immigrants in this German land, that I have also have a preview and other connection to US, UK, and Canada. Different professors that I have come in contact online to speak with, to make the life of people living around is to get them to move along as the citizens, the main citizens in that country. Because learning German is not a bad thing. It is a good idea for one to learn the language. And I think the main purpose of learning a language is for good communication and understanding. So there will be a better coherency when someone talks. And when someone cannot be able to understand what you are saying, that is absolutely out of point. Then getting it into someone's track of life. If you don't learn this German, you will not get a good job. If you don't learn this German, you're not going to get into a good academic position or to study. That is something I worry not to say or to mention out. So, please and please, I'm so happy and so delighted to see a lot of Germans here. Let me not say so much, that you should also move forward to help immigrants. I come across, I'm sorry to say this. Okay, in 1 minute. Sorry to say this. I have seen a lot of people running cycle in Germany, and I've seen other countries, and I think Germany has the highest cycle people. Because of the level of people being held, you must get to C1, C2. If you can reduce it and help us to speak to the government, you are to learn German good, but for you to get something, you must surely be upstanding and give your passion to learn that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was very passionate and very honest and transparent, and that's the spirit of this event. Do you want to say anything more to that?
Maybe one last phrase, because I think you're right? So there's things we can't change. We as people here can't change, right? And we can't do that until tomorrow. It's not we can write the letter. We can definitely, but it takes time. And
it doesn't take time. We can. We should change it. We should change it. Why not?
Yeah.
Because it's 50-50. It's a give and take. Can you stand up? What's your name?
Daniel.
We are not at the receiving end. You know, approach at a 50-50 level.
Yeah.
That if they say no, it's their loss. Don't take it on you.
Yeah.
They look at the demographic.
Yeah.
They need us. So don't have that kind of thinking.
Yeah.
You know, don't put it on you. It's their loss. It's not your loss. What do you think I go through every day? What do you think? Don't think like that. It's their loss. Shoulder high. If someone doesn't take you, make your own company. Come, I'll give you capital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do your own thing. That's what we're here for. You know, don't put it on anybody.
Yes.
Accept me. Why should they accept you? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Did they come and take you to your country? No, they didn't. So don't put it on any. Oh, Germans this, German that. Stop that. Do your own thing. Come to me. Join us.
So I think I can nothing add to that because it's 100% right in my opinion. And maybe to give like also reason, 2 days before I was sitting at the doctor, and there were so many men in front of me, and like the people were complaining, why do I need to wait like 2 hours and so on. So you're absolutely right. It's just a matter of time when we are running out of doctors, when we run out of medical personnel and so on. And without you, we probably wouldn't have any in the future, right? So you're doing great actually because you built like the medical personnel for the future for Germany. So demographic change. So thank you.
Thank you so much, and I think we cannot even add anything more to that.
Good afternoon, my name is Kolade. My question goes this way to the HR personnel. For entry-level positions, especially when you have zero prior experience, and then there's this whole requirement for entry-level positions, how do you handle such situations as a fresh graduate that don't have experience in that level, and then you see this whole full list of you have to have this, and at the top of the list you have entry-level position, no prior experience in it. But then there's this whole role, responsibilities, and what you should bring to the table. How does one prepare a CV for that kind of situation, and how do you handle that kind of situation as a fresh applicant? And from your point as an HR, how do we position our CV, especially as an entry-level personnel? Thank you very much.
Your name was?
Kolade.
Kolade, thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. So it's always hard to enter like the first job or to get the first job. I think like in the very beginning of the meeting I was saying like sending out 20, 30, 50 like applications. I did it by myself, so even as a German person it's pretty hard to get the first job. So as I mentioned, it's pretty important in order what you do also like besides your studies. So maybe I can describe it a little bit from my personal view. It's like before I started my Salesforce journey or working with Salesforce, I was doing other things like working for ISEC, where we brought like people from to Germany in order to find an internship and find a job. And occasionally, ISEC was working with Salesforce, so I got my first Salesforce experience in this sector. It's not only like working to or sending out applications. It's always like what you can get in this journey, what you already did besides your studies. Like if you work besides your studies, choose a job which helps you in the future to find the final job as an entry-level position. So what are you focusing for, in which sector?
Finance and investment.
Finance and investment, yeah. So did you have an internship during your studies?
I worked in sales prior to, so I've been in sales and handling financial positions in my job experience prior to coming to Germany.
Okay, so it's good. So you already have like first touch points, right, with the sector. So, and what we also have is like working students, like people who work besides their studies with our company. So the first positive point is they collect experience. The second one is they earn money. And the third good point is they have already the feet in the door. So we know the people, we know they do a great job. And We don't need to hire new people which we already or which we don't know yet, because we know they can do the job and they are excited for this job. So you do actually the right thing in order to work already besides your studies, and this is actually profit from a networking perspective, because you know people in your job and maybe they can recommend you to somebody. So use your network and broaden your network in order to find a job.
But with your network, when you move, for example, with my experience in sales was prior to moving to Germany.
Okay.
Not in Germany. Getting internships as a master's student is quite difficult, especially when you have the limitation of 20 hours a week. Nobody wants to give you an internship role as a master's student with 20 hours a week. They want more hours from you, which you probably can't give because of school. At the end of the day, it's a difficult situation sometimes. And the language is also a barrier, because then I'm not coming here for my first degree. I moved here for my master's, and then you're giving me a very short ultimatum to learn the language to C1 when I have a master's program for 18 months. How do I qualify that in that short space, in that situation, and get an internship to do that? It's a crazy situation anyways. But at the same time, as he said, it's all 50-50. It's what you can give and what you can take.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask you something? What was your bachelor topic?
Management.
What was the problem in that topic? The problem you discover and the solution you made in your bachelor thesis?
In my bachelor thesis, I worked on financial institutions and their role in African economies.
So if you maybe you must have seen a problem somewhere and you've got a solution, and the solution was directed to who? To which company? Or you wrote that bachelor for a professor?
It was open. It was more open-ended than focusing on the solution.
Because that's actually what you say. Wherever you approach, you say, I discovered this problem and this is the solution. If you employ me, I'll be able to do this in your company. Because you've got a bachelor thesis, you've got a certificate, you're not in,
It generally doesn't work that way in finance.
Yes, but that's the question here. You wrote a thesis which you discovered some problem, and I'm sure there's a solution in that thesis. Or you have got some recommendation in your thesis.
We have recommendations.
Yes, so whoever you apply, tell them that. Tell them that. That's your experience, because it's only you who wrote that topic, it's only you who have the recommendation, or you discovered a problem, you have a solution. Tell them that. I don't know if it works out, but I think
it makes sense.
It makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This was a very lively session. I would like now to say a big round of applause to the panelists. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I wanted to close up with this because I had something to present, a few things, but if it's not, then it's okay. One word I would say, this is a win-win situation. Therefore, we know why we are here, what we want to achieve. Yeah, so we should be able to navigate through and never but reach out by going out and making sure that we do really prepare ourselves to, for the kind of where we want to be, looking out to make sure that, okay, we prepare ourselves with enough qualifications and skills. We also have to make sure we do look out for people like sponsors who can be able to, we work together, who can be able to back you up, and also be very proactive, because we have high expectations, and also we taking it too much, saying, okay, I cannot do that, I cannot learn the language, I have this qualification. But remember, when you look at the job description of what you're looking for, it has around 7 elements. Your academic qualification, your language skills, your computer skills, your other competences. How do you fit into the environment of the company? So let's try to be able to be proactive, look at all these items, and be able to see, okay, how do we prepare ourselves for the job market? Thank you.
What I can say is you all have strengths, we all have strengths, you all have strengths, right? And I think it's very important, in order to show the strengths what you have, So you did a great response to the question, like, you know, you have the strengths, you did the bachelor degree or you did the bachelor thesis and so on, so this is your strengths, what you have, your personal experience, and show that to the people, because they need to understand like what you are capable of and what you can do. And this justifies also in your CV. Put everything inside what you think fulfills the requirements of this job position and why you are the perfect fit for this job. And the passion you have, like Daniel, for example, you have a great passion, you showed that today, right? So put this passion also, take this to the job interview, because as I mentioned in the very beginning, for me the motivation, the passion, it's very important to see that. And if a person has this, like Daniel today, then definitely this is a person I want to hire, because I know he will fulfill this job with his own motivation, with passion. So thank you.